Let us bring in proud dad, also known in some circles as the former Arkansas governor, Mike Huckabee. Governor, all joking aside, your daughter, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, now the current governor of Arkansas, is going to be delivering the rebuttal. What is she going to say tonight?
Well, I think she's going to help to show the contrast between Joe Biden's America and the America that a whole lot of people wish we were living in again, which is an America where there's economic prosperity for all, jobs are back, people are optimistic and hopeful. It's very evident that Joe Biden has not created that. He can tell us we're living in a great economy. He's done a great job, but he's like the fireman who is also an arsonist. He lights the fire and then rushes in and says, look, I put it out. Yeah, but Joe, you started it. And I think he's going to have a hard time selling it to people who know they're struggling. And there's an old expression in the South, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. You know, it's one of these, who are you going to believe? Your facts are your lying eyes. I mean, Joe Biden's got a hard sell tonight trying to tell the American people that everything is coming up roses, because it isn't.
Yeah, he sure does. And now Democrats are reportedly losing hope in Vice President Kamala Harris, with many labeling her a political liability. I want to go to this. It's in part from a New York Times report. It says the painful reality for Ms. Harris is that a private conversation over the last few months, dozens of Democrats in the White House, on Capitol Hill, and around the nation said she had not risen to the challenge of proving herself as a future leader of the party, much less the country. What's your take on this, and what do you make of now even Democrats not backing her?
Well, apparently it's not a very private conversation anymore. Right. I mean, I think it's pretty evident that Democrats are scared to death that she might be their best hope, and they know that that means there is no hope. Her word salad speeches are embarrassing. She's constantly making gaffes. The one responsibility that she was given was to be the border czar. Boy, that's worked out just brilliantly. So how does she present herself to say, look at my leadership, look how I can inspire people? She confuses people with her speeches, even the people who are around her, and there is such widespread discontent within her staff. She has multiple people leaving. It's a revolving door. If you go to work for her, they don't even put your name on the door plate. They simply put it in chalk because they don't think you'll be there very long because you can't stand the toxic environment. It's a tough sell for her. It just is.
The number one thing that would concern me if I were her about this report is that this is coming from allies. Yeah. This isn't coming from Republicans. This is coming from people who want her to succeed. 57% of voters as well disapprove of her job performance compared to just 39% who approve. So it seems like there is fire to the smoke that is coming here. That said, there are other people who chalk this up to just political posturing, knives out from the other people who want to not only be vice president, but who want to be president. What say you?
Well, it would be valid if there was such a sense of leadership that she just was overwhelming and people were inspired by her. But I can't think of anybody, Democrat or Republican, who just oohs and ahs when she goes to the podium. It's more cringeworthy when she goes through one of these salad speeches of hers in which she takes one phrase and repeats it over and over in the same sentence, and you're thinking, what the heck did she just say? And honestly, what I don't understand, she's clearly got government-funded speechwriters. What do? How do they hand her this script, or does she just throw it away and go with her own feelings, which are disastrous?
Do you think the reason that her allies, or quote-unquote allies, are coming out saying this type of thing is because they think that she's just in the way because she's the vice president and she can just slide into that seat? Because when you think about it, people like Pete Buttigieg and Elizabeth Warren and the Gavin Newsoms of the group, I mean, you would think that they would just want her out of the way.
Well, it could be. I mean, Pete's got some real issues. The airline industry is in meltdown, and all he wants to talk about is diversity. I don't think anybody cares what color the person is sitting in the cockpit or whether they're straight or gay. They just want them to be able to get the plane taken off on time, land on time, and get people where they need to go without fearing there's going to run into another airplane on the runway. And he's so focused on things that don't matter in transportation. And that's the trouble with this administration. They need to keep their mind, as the old saying goes, make the main thing the main thing. And they haven't done that, and it's a disaster for them.
Yeah, to your point on the speeches, it's like she has word crutches, and she hasn't gone back, reviewed the tape, and eliminated that word crutch. For me, it's the word obviously. And obviously, I don't use the word obviously anymore.
Obviously.
Obviously. Enjoy watching tonight. I'm sure you're going to be watching like a dad watching a 5-year-old in a soccer game, but it's going to be much bigger stakes than that. Enjoy it. Have fun. Governor Mike Huckabee, thank you for your time.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.